How we all doing? Here I am, talking into my phone again. It's great, isn't it? Today, I'm going to be coaching a Pilates session. So this is the second Pilates session of the 6-week program. So I have deliberately designed this to progress from our first Pilates one. Just pre-warning, yes. Now for those that are listening to this and that's put you off straight away, don't let it. Please don't let it. There are progressions, there are adaptations for those that want to progress. There are regressions for those that need to go back. So I'll be coaching, I'll be demonstrating all the relevant exercises and giving you all the alternatives. Hope that makes sense. So we are going to start just with our activation and our mobilization. As always, have your mat, your water and your towel ready. If you haven't got your water, I would recommend you run and grab it now before we start. Or you can just pause this if you're watching back. So, activation first of all, our nice neutral stance, feet slightly more than shoulders apart. We're going to take a big roll of the shoulders up underneath the ears, back and down, the hands turning out. Gentle squeeze in our bum muscles. Your two hip bones, imagine you're drawing them in towards each other, you're shortening that distance. Imagine now your belly button, you're going to draw it down towards your feet. Okay, so that's our core activated before we start. So keep that engagement on, the 3 points, the bum muscles, your two hip bones drawn in towards each other, and third and finally, your belly button down towards your feet. Keeping the core engaged, let's take some nice big deep breaths. If it helps you relax a little bit more, if it helps you ground yourself, you can close your eyes if you wish. We're just aiming now to slow down our mind and slow down those thoughts. We're concentrating now on being present on the floor or in our mat. So just think of the connection of the soles of your feet with the mat or the floor. Just feel your feet. Good, let's start to use both arms now with our breathing, keeping your core engaged. As we bring the arms up, breathe in. As we lower the arms down, breathe out. We're going for 5 of these all together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Can't remember if that's 4 or 5, but we'll do one more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Well done. Little shake. So, stand at the bottom of your mat, facing upwards. Feet underneath the knees, knees underneath our hips. Engage your core. We're going to start with our roll downs. So we're going to mobilize the spine to start. So the arms are out in front, thumbs facing up. Remember, we inhale to prepare and we exhale to carry out the movement. So before we start, we take a nice big inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin into the chest. Continue to exhale through the middle of the back, into the lower back, towards the ground. Deep breath in. Exhale, start to roll back up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Well done. We're going to go for 3 roll downs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remember that core, keep it engaged. Breathe in. Breathe out. Think of your spine as a bicycle chain. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 vertebra at a time. Smooth, controlled movements. Breathe in. Keep the core engaged. Breathe out. Roll back up. Arms by the side. Little shake off. Good. Progressing now, we're going to roll down out into high plank, and we're going to hold our high plank for 20 or 30 seconds. So we're progressing this on. If 20 or 30 seconds is too difficult for you, just drop the knees, wait for us to come back up. Arms out in front, engage the core, squeeze the bum muscles, deep breath in. Breathe out, roll down. Breathe in. Breathe out, walk the hands forward. Shoulders over the hands. Squeeze the bum. Draw the hip bones in closer together. Draw the belly button down towards the feet. Keep taking your big inhales and long exhales. So we're getting ready to walk back in. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Breathing out, walking the hands back in. Take a deep breath in here. Breathing out. Rolling the spine back up to starting position. We're getting warmer now, aren't we? Breathe in. Breathe out, chin to chest. Middle of the back. Reaching down towards the feet with the hands. Breathe in. Keep the core engaged. Walk the hands forward. Shoulders over the hands, feet in line with the hips. Keep the core engaged. Draw the belly button down towards the feet. Squeeze your bum muscles tight. Well done, everyone. We're going to walk our way back in. Deep breath in. Breathing out. Walking the hands back in slowly on our exhale. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Bicycle chain. Back up. Well done. One more roll down out into high plank, and then we're just going to take our lion position on our fronts. Deep breath in through the nose. Breathing out, rolling down. Core engaged. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out as we move. Draw your hip bones in closer together. Squeeze both bum cheeks tight. Breathe. Concentrate. Remember our ABCs. Activation, breathing, and concentration. Don't let them hips sink down. So, on our next exhale, we're going to bring the knees slowly down to the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. As we breathe out, slowly lower your bum down towards your heels. Tuck the head in. Breathe and relax. Coming up into our tabletop position. So, shoulders are over the wrists, knees are directly underneath the hips. You can all see. Okay, so our starting position is like so. Shoulders away from the ears, back's nice and straight. You haven't dipped the lower back in, or you're not pushing it up. Good, so activate everything once again. Squeeze your bum, draw your hips together, draw the belly button up in towards your back and down towards your hips. And don't say that's an awful lot to remember. I did tell you it requires a lot of concentration. So we're going into our tabletop. We are going to extend our left arm with our right leg. Again, those of you that need to keep the right leg connected to the mat or connected to the floor, you do that. Or you can do one or the other. You can just lift the arm forward or the leg back. So, deep breath in. Breathe out, extending the left arm forward and the right leg back. Breathe in. Breathe out, return to start position. Controlled movements. Breathe in. Breathe out, opposite arm, opposite leg. So now it's the right arm with the left leg. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left arm, right leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep the core activated. Good for the balance. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Always breathing in to prepare. Breathing out to move. Good. One more. Well done. Cat and cow. So now we're going to flex and extend our spine. So, knees underneath the hips, shoulders above the wrists, nice straight back to begin, shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, tuck your chin into your chest, push the middle of your back up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in now at this point. As you exhale, look forward, push your bum back, creating a nice curve in your lower back. Look forward, pull your shoulders away from your ears. Deep breath in. Breathe out, chin to chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, just moving the spine, flexing and extending the spine. Remember, just imagining that little tray of water on your lower back. As you're tucking the chin into the chest and you're pushing the middle of your back up, imagine you're trying to tip the water over your back side. Good, so you're tilting your pelvis in. As you're exhaling and you're looking forward, you're imagining that you're trying to tip the water up towards your neck. So you're tilting your pelvis the opposite direction and you're trying to tip the water up your back. One more inhale, one more exhale. On your next exhale, just return to our starting position. Once again, just for a little rest, slowly bring the bum back to your heels. If anyone needs a little drink of water, feel free to grab a drink of water now, and that goes for any stage during the remainder of the workout. Well done. How are we feeling? Feeling okay so far? So we're going to make our way down now onto our stomach and our chest. Just take your time. Turn around. Good. So your elbows are now in line with your shoulders. And your hands are roughly in line with the crown of your head. Excuse me. We're going into our cobra prep for our lower back. So we're going to begin with our head resting on the mat. And all we're simply doing is extending our arms. So we're peeling our chest and our stomach off the mat. We're going to let our hips sink down. You're going to feel this in your lower back, but only come up as far as you feel is comfortable. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Extend the arms. Now remember to keep your core activated and engaged. Keep the shoulders away from our ears. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly lowering the stomach, then the chest and the head. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Looking forward. Engaging the core, squeezing the bum. Deep breath in. And as we breathe out, bend the elbows. Allow the spine to slowly return to starting position. One more. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Shoulders away from the ears. Bum squeeze nice and tight. Deep breath in. Breathe out, bend the elbows, slowly return to the mat. So we're moving into a little bit of glute strengthening now for the muscles in the back sides. This exercise is called prone beats. So I'll just demonstrate. So if you take a little look at your device now, I'll talk you through how we're going to do it, and then we'll do it together. So the starting position is the same as what we just done there now in Cobra Prep. You're going to rest your head in your forearms. The core is activated, so you're pushing your pubic bone down into the mat and you're squeezing your bum. Your knees and your ankles are connected to start with. You're going to lift your feet up off the mat. You're going to feel a little tightness in your bum as you do that. You're going to turn your feet out 45 degrees. So if you imagine your feet as you start at 6 o'clock, you're just going to turn your toes out to 8 and 4. Keeping your core activated, then you're just going to pulse your heels in towards each other. Keep the head looking down so the spine stays long, and you're just going to pulse your heels in towards each other. So I'll let you get set up there. Take a few seconds to lie down back on your stomach. This is good for strengthening your glute muscles in your backside. And as I always coach and teach, the stronger your glute muscles are, the less pressure there is in your lower back. Okay? So we're going to do this for 30 seconds. I really want you to concentrate on your activation in this. So to take stress off your lower back and not have your lower back doing the work, really think about your tummy muscles pushing that pubic bone into the mat and squeezing your bum muscles nice and tight. as you prone those ankles together. So, rest one arm on top of the other, rest your head on the top forearm, connect your inner thighs and your knees and your ankles first of all, lift the legs up. Now the top of your thigh is going to remain connected to the mat. Turn your toes out 45 degrees and begin pulsing now. Just breathe normally. Push your pubic bone in towards the mat. Keep the two toes pointing out as the ankles come together. Don't let the ankles touch. Now keep the legs straight. Don't let the knees bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Now, back to Cobra Prep. From the starting position where we were in the first set, our elbows were in line with our shoulders and our hands were in line with our forehead. If that was suitable, you leave your hands where they are. For anyone that wants to progress, just bring your hands in towards your body, one hand's length. So now the hands are in a little bit closer towards your chest. Head on the mat, activate your core, take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, extend your arms. Shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Slowly lower the stomach, then the chest back down. Excellent. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fold your arms over, one arm on top of the other. Oh no, not this again. This again. We're adding 10 seconds on this time, so you're going to do this for 40 seconds. Now remember, activate, A, you're breathing, B is just normal breathing. C, concentrate. Squeeze your bum, concentrate on pulsing your heels in together, but don't let them touch, and concentrate on keeping your pelvis and your pubic bone pushed into the mat. So really work on your core muscles, the tummy and the backside as opposed to the back. So, keep this watch, ready? That's us. One arm on top of the other, bring your feet together, lift the feet up off the mat, turn the toes out 45 degrees, squeeze your bum, push your pubic bone down in towards the mat. 3, 2, 1, rest the head, breathe normally. Keep those legs straight and you're pulsing the heels in towards each other. Really squeeze your bum. That'll take tension and stress off your lower back. Push your pubic bone down in towards the mat. There you go, that's it, well done. Feeling that more now. Start to widen the legs. Start to pulse with a little bit more force if you feel confident to do so. 7 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Feel that? Third and final set of Cobra Prep. So, if you had your hands in line with the crown of your head and the elbows in line with your shoulders, stay there. The last set we brought the hands back. If that's comfortable for you, stay there. For this set, anyone that wants to do so, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. All this simply does is allow you to come up further. Your arms will extend, but you're going to come up further off your mat, but only within your limitations. You know your body better than I do. Okay, so you know yourself. So, activate everything before we start, remember. Squeeze your bum, draw your hips together, push the pubic bone down in towards the mat. There we go, that's everything switched on. Deep breath in, breathe out. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, don't shrug up. Breathe in, breathe out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bend those elbows slowly back down. Nice and smooth and controlled, remember. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. All the way back down. Good. Are you good at maths? 30? 40? What's the third set? Yeah, well done. 50. So you're going to prone beats now for 50 seconds. Okay, so we're just adding 10 on. I did say at the start of the class I was progressing. So you can't say I didn't warn you. One arm on top of the other. Rest the head on the top forearm. Connect the feet, the knees and the inner thighs together. Activate everything. Lift the legs up. Turn the toes out. So the heels will automatically disconnect as you do that. And now all you're simply doing is bringing the heels towards each other in a pulsing movement. 3, 2, 1, begin. Breathe normally. Activate your cores. Squeeze your bum as tight as you can now. Push your pelvis in towards the mat. Good. Keep that head down. Keep the spine long. Good. Starting to feel that more now in your backside and the bum muscles. Good. 30 seconds gone, 20 to go. If you want, you can move a little faster. Make those movements a little harder if you wish. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Grab a little drink of water if you need it after that sequence. That was Cobra Prep and our prone beats. Nice and easy, don't be moving too fast. So we're going to continue our core strengthening work now with some front plank. And in between our front plank, there'll just be a little bit of rotation. We're going to thread the needle. So our first set of front plank will be 30 seconds, the second set will be 40, and the third and final set will be 50. Similar to what we just completed in the little sequence there now. 30, 40, 50 seconds. So, front plank and thread the needle. So for any of you that don't know either, I'll explain and demonstrate the two exercises, then we'll do it together. So front plank, first of all, you are in our lying position. Your shoulders are over your elbows, your arms are straight, your feet are in line with your hips. I hope you can all see from there. And you're simply just lifting your hips up towards the ceiling, the back stays nice and straight. And think of the A for the activation. So watching this, if you've tried it in other classes and you think that it's too difficult, there is a way that you can regress. You can keep the knees on the mat and you can walk your elbows forward until you feel your core working. Just careful with your back with this one. The key to this, if you're keeping your knees down, is your activation. So keep your bum squeezed, keep your core, your tummy muscles engaged at all times. The knees can stay down for anyone that finds the normal front plank with the knees up too difficult. I hope that makes sense. Thread the needle then, as I explained, we're going to rotate the spine. So we are in tabletop position. We breathe in to prepare. And as we're exhaling, the left hand comes underneath the right shoulder and we lower the left shoulder down. We breathe in and we breathe out. We come back to starting position and then we change sides. Okay, so I hope I explained that okay for you all. Just get ourselves now down in the mat lying for our first set of front plank. It'll be 30 seconds. Don't As I always coach and I always teach, don't be too caught up with the time and automatically, I can't do that or I'll never do that. Don't be defeatist, don't be negative. Go into it with a positive, okay? Just concentrate on your breathing and concentrate on your activation. That will distract you from what's going on. Just count your breaths. In 1, out 2. In 3, out 4. Try that, that might help. It's just a nice wee simple distraction from what's going on. Well, let me get the watch ready. Prolonging the agony here. Shoulders over elbows, feet in line with hips. Remember, squeeze your bum, engage your core. 3, 2, 1, deep breath in. Breathe out and up we get. Now don't push those hips too high. Don't let the hips sink too low. Keep the back straight and the hips in line with our back. Squeeze both bum cheeks together. Draw the hip bones in towards each other. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, relax. Good, done well. Bring the hands in underneath the shoulders now, on our tabletop position. We're going to start with our left hand underneath the right shoulder. So deep breath in, breathe out, palm faces the ceiling, coming down towards the mat. Deep breath in, breathe out, slide back out. Good, little rotation in our spine here. Opposite side, breathe in, breathe out. So instead of me saying breathe in, breathe out, just you continue with that at your own pace. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out to move. You said it again, Chris. I know, but that was just once. Keep your core activated. That should feel nice for anyone that's tight in around your hips. Nice little twist on the spine and loosens out the hips also. A wee bit of hip mobilization here. Good, just complete one more on each side. Well done. Once you've completed one more on each side, nice and simply, we're just going to sit back on our heels for a little rest. Breathe. Excellent. So when you're ready, we're going to come up and forward nice and slowly, back down onto lying position on our mats. Second set of front plank, 30 plus 10 equals 40. Well done. I'm not just exercising you, I'm educating you as well. That's maths. 30 plus 10 equals 40. This homeschooling's great, isn't it? So, elbows underneath shoulders, feet in line with hips. Now remember, those that are keeping your knees down, just walking the elbows forward until you feel tightness in your tummy, in your core. Engage and activate your core then from that point. Keep the knees down. You'll build this up until you feel confident to lift those knees. 40 seconds. Let's concentrate on what we're doing. Deep breath in before we start. Breathe out. Start your front plank. Squeeze your bum cheeks in nice and tight towards each other. That's it. Draw the hip bones in towards each other. That's it. Draw the belly button down towards the toes. That's it. Good. Might feel a little bit of tightness up the front of your thigh as well. If your hip flexors are tight, you might feel it there in this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring the knees back down. Good. Deep breath in, deep breath out. That's 40 seconds complete. Well done. For any of you there that have been building that up, give yourself a pat on the back. You've just done 40 seconds on the front plank. Thread the needle again, just for a little active recovery. So set yourselves up in your starting position. You know what we're doing now, so don't need to talk through as much with you. Just remember your activation, your breathing, and concentrate. A, B, C. Again, at any stage, if you're feeling a little bit lost, just take a few seconds to watch the video as I am demonstrating all the exercises and I'm talking through them all. So never feel that you're lost. You'll always be able to watch the video and see visually the demonstration, and you'll also be able to listen verbally to my coaching points. Also, if you feel you need to take a little rest at any point, just take a little seat, drop out, get a sip of water, and then you can join back in from the comfort of your own home. It's great, isn't it? So let's do one more on each side, and then we're going to go into our final set of front plank. Anyone needs a little sip of water before the front plank, feel free to grab some water. Away from this, if you're planning to do this yourself or do it again, watch back at it, and you feel 30, 40 and 50 seconds isn't challenging enough, just add 10 to that. Start with 40, go to 50, finish with 60, or 50, 60, 70, okay? Just challenge yourself. Again, as I said before, you know your own limitations. We are all at different levels. That's why, as much as I can, I try to cater for all levels, beginners, intermediate and advanced. So down we go, folks. 50 seconds, like we said before we started, no negativity. Get it out. I can, I will, I am going to. I will get better at this. Elbows underneath shoulders, feet in line with hips. Activate the core. Take a deep breath in. And up we get. Again, if it helps, close your eyes, count your breaths. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze your bum. Draw the hips together. 30 seconds gone already. Fantastic. Keep breathing. Ten seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Lie completely flat. Rest your head and your forearms and breathe. In your own time, make your way up slowly. Don't be racing. Round onto your backside. What's next? I hear them ask. We've activated, we've mobilized, we have done a bit of strengthening work, we've mobilized our hips. Who wants to strengthen the abs and the core a little bit more? I do, I hear you all shout. So just completing this workout on our backs now. We're going to go into a few crunches, a few bicycle crunches, and the hundreds. So giving you the taste of the whole package. Crunches, bicycles, and the 100. Grab a little sip of water and then make your way onto your back. So now that we're on our back for the first time in the workout, it's important that we re-engage or switch back on. Because we're in a different position now from standing or on our front, we need to reactivate. So squeeze your bum muscles. Good. Push your lower back into the mat. Draw your hips together. Draw your belly button down to your toes. That's 4 now. You're expecting us to remember. Yes, it requires a lot of concentration, but it helps the effectiveness of the exercise. So crunches, you can keep your feet on the mat. You can lift the feet off the mat, knees at 90 degrees, or you can extend your legs. We're going to do 10 crunches. And we're going to breathe and I'll count with you. So adjust your feet to where and legs to where you want. You know your own bodies. And some of you will have been doing Pilates before. Some of you are beginners. For the beginners, I recommend just keeping the feet on the ground, okay? So hands interlock behind your head. And the first thing I'll say is don't pull your head up with your arms as you're doing this. You're going to move using the muscles in your stomach. You're going to imagine the spine as a bicycle chain. And as we're coming up, you're going to push your lower back into the mat and you're going to imagine you're just bringing that bicycle chain up off the mat and slowly lower it back down. So keep the head and the eyes fixed on the ceiling. Activate everything. Take a big deep breath in. And as we breathe out, crunch up. Breathe in. Breathe out, back down. Breathe in, breathe out. That's 2. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. 3. Push your lower back into the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. 4. In, out, in, out. Halfway. Breathe in, breathe out. Draw the hips together. Push the lower back into the mat. How many is that? 7. Breathe in. Breathe out. 8. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. That's 9. One more. Good. Relax. If, like me, you were doing those 10 crunches with your feet on the ground and it felt challenging enough, you stay there. If you had your feet on the ground and you felt okay, the next stage is to lift your feet to knees to 90 degrees. If you had your knees at 90 degrees and it felt okay, not challenging enough for you, the next progression is just extend your legs long. So as you're crunching up, you have that lower ab activation by keeping your legs in the air. And the same applies vice versa. What I mean by that is if you're doing it with your legs long and you're getting pain or it's too difficult, your lower back's coming up off the mat, you're losing your form, your technique, you can't get your breathing right, that's a little indicator, any of those, to regress to the previous stage. Knees at 90 degrees or feet on the ground. So bicycle crunches, and then we'll finish with our hundreds. Going well, guys, stay with me, be present, don't be racing ahead thinking about what you're going to do after this. We're not just finished yet, be present. So bicycle crunches, you can keep the feet on the ground, beginners. We add in a little rotation now. The right elbow comes across to the left knee and vice versa. We're going to use your breaths. If you are keeping the feet off the mat and you're extending one leg at a time, you're just breathing in and you're exhaling as you change. Okay, for those of us following me, I'm going to keep my feet on the ground and I'll talk us through the breaths there. So same starting position, interlock the fingers behind the head. Don't pull the head up, as I said earlier, with the hands. Remember, we're doing the work with our abs and no other muscles. So push your lower back in, activate everything before we start. We're going to start with our right elbow to left knee. Deep breath in, breathe out. Little rotation across. Breathe in, breathe out. Set it back down. Good. Just continue at your own breath. I'll not say breathe in, breathe out to confuse any of you doing the bicycle crunch with your feet off the mat. All I'll simply say is those that are doing this with their feet in the mat, breathe in to prepare, breathe out to move. Those that are doing it with their feet off the mat, breathe in to prepare and then exhale to switch across. I hope I haven't confused you all. Remember to keep your lower back pushed into the mat. A, B, C, activate, breathe and concentrate. Good. Just a few more seconds. Finishing off with one more inhale and one more exhale. Good. On your next exhale, just setting the feet down onto the mat nice and slowly, any of those that had them up. Good. How's those abs feeling now? Hopefully you're feeling them after the set of crunches and the set of bicycle crunches. If you haven't, or if you are not, you are certainly going to feel them after this. Two things that I stress in any classes or any personal training sessions that I do is fun and enjoyment, one, and the effectiveness of what we're doing, two. Okay, so I get across that it's fun, it's enjoyable, but also I want it to be effective. I don't want anyone going away from this thinking, I didn't get that, I didn't feel that. So that's why I'll harp on so much about the coaching points with concentration. In this one particularly, that's why I'm saying this, in this one particular, there are quite a lot of coaching points, quite a lot of things to remember. So just take a little bit of time now to watch the demonstration that I'll do for us before we start. So the exact same setup as the crunch and the bicycle crunch. We're on our backs. We start with our shoulders up off the mat. The arms are long and extended by our side. The palms are facing down. you're going to keep your eyes and your head focused on the ceiling. Instead of looking down at your hips or your knees, you stretch your neck. Beginners, keep your feet on the ground, and all you're simply doing is inhaling for 5 movements and exhaling for 5. This is the 100, so we do that 10 times, 10 tens are 100. So you're breathing in, out, in for 5 and out for 5. So that's the beginner's, what I want to say, that's the beginner's version with the feet down. The next version is the exact same as the crunches. You lift your knees to 90 degrees, like so. Same starting position, same thing applies. A little bit harder, a little bit more challenging. The progression of this then is the legs straight. Okay, so beginners and intermediate, try it with the feet down or the knees at 90 degrees. Intermediate advanced, those that have been doing Pilates, have been doing it with me or any other coaches before, try extending the legs. Now the only thing I will say is during it, push your lower back into the mat. A lot of people during this sometimes feel their lower back. Activate your core, remember all the teaching points, but push your lower back into the mat. Try and remember pushing the lower back into the mat. That way you're not sort of aggravating your lower back. So, too much talking, we're going to get on with this. Set yourselves up in your starting position on our backs. Squeeze your bum, push your lower back into the mat. You'll automatically, as you do that, just feel your pelvis lift slightly. Now draw your hips together, draw the belly button down and towards. That's you activated. So always, always, always activate. That's you started. Now lift your shoulders up, keep your eyes fixed at the ceiling. You'll feel even more abdominal engagement. Arms go long by the side, keep them in. Imagine you've 2 trays of water now, either side of your body, and they're full of water. Okay, I want you to splash the water. Splash the water. Now make as much mess as you like. So the more forceful those movements with your arms are, believe it or believe it not, the more effective it is on your abs. So whether your feet are on the mat, your knees are 90 degrees, or your legs are long, you're going to count 5 in, 5 out, and then 5 in, 5 out to 100. Okay, so I'm not going to count, I'm not going to tell you when to breathe in, breathe out. You're going to do it at your own pace. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 in, 5 out to 100. Okay, ready to start. This concludes the Pilates workout, by the way. We're just going to do one set of this. Yippee! So, feet in the mat, knees up, activate everything. Arms by the side. 3, 2, 1, begin. Good, move those arms a little bit faster now. A little bit more forceful, concentrate. Once you've reached 100, slowly lower your feet back down to the mat. Okay, so just notice there now myself, my neck and my shoulders start getting a little bit tight as I was doing that. I tried to look at the ceiling as much as I could, but it didn't help, so I just felt that I needed to take a little rest down and come back up, start again. I even maybe thought I could have brought my feet down to the mat. So always listen to your body. If you need to come back or set the feet down the mat, there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. So, well done. We're just going to do a nice spinal twist now to finish off. So staying in your back if you haven't got up, and stay there. Take a little sip of water if you need it. So keeping your right leg resting on the ground, bend your left knee to 90 degrees. With your right hand, slowly take the outside of your left knee and nice and easy bring it across your body. Just aim to keep your left shoulder pinned on the mat or on the ground. Relax and breathe. Nice and gently, just allow that left knee to return to centre. Set the leg down, bend the right knee to 90 degrees, and with the left hand grabbing the outside of the right knee, gently bring it across the body. Relax and breathe. Slowly bringing that knee back to the centre of the body, setting the foot on the ground, lengthening both legs out, both arms by the side, close your eyes. So just with your eyes still closed, just focus on your breathing. Feel your breath in and feel your breath back out. Just slowing everything down after another great workout. Think about what you've achieved now to date. Keep giving yourself lots and lots of praise. Well done me, well done me. I'm progressing. Use this time as well to escape from your day-to-day activities and the daily stressors in life. So just take this little bit of time now for the next minute or two, just in your mat, just to gather your thoughts. Take a nice inhale through your nose and a long, slow exhale through your mouth. Good, you're nice and relaxed now after your Pilates workout. Before you open your eyes, just think of 3 things that you are grateful for having right now in your life. What are those 3 things? What do you treasure? What are you glad for having? Who is close to your heart? On your next exhale, slowly open your eyes. Well done. I'm going to finish this video with 4 words. Be consistent. Be persistent. Be persistent. Be consistent. You can arrange them whichever way you like. Be persistent, you get it. And if you be consistent, you keep it. Apply that to anything you wish. Finally, be persistent, you get it, and be consistent, you keep it. Well done everyone, and thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this Pilates workout, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye bye.